Crazy Stupid Love.
The most recent movie I watched is Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Is The Avengers.
Fight Club.
The Avengers.
Paul. Harry Potter.
The Best Exotic Marigold Hotel.
Snowtown. Wish You Were Here.
Shutter Island.
Notebook.
The Avengers, actually.
I Love You, Philip Morris.
100 Bloody Acres.
Garden State.
Titanic in 3D.
The Hunger Games.
Titanic 3D.
Chronicle.
The Earth.
A Beautiful Mind.
The Avengers.
Was The Artist.
Dark Shadows.
Zoolander.
Bridesmaids.
For me, it's Gone in 60 Seconds.
Tree of Life.
The Hoyt Cinemas, just at Melbourne Central.
Melbourne Central, so at Hoyt's there.
And it was last Friday night at home on the couch with my sister.
It was the Hoyts at Greensborough. I would not recommend that anyone go there. It is a terrible place.
Dendy Cinema in Brighton.
Saw that at Village Cinemas. It was pretty awesome. Though.
In Melbourne Central at Hoyt's.
And I watched it at the Gold Class Cinema on Chapel Street at the Jam Factory.
At Salisbury Cinemas at Hoyt's.
In Yarraville, it's called the Sun Theatre.
And I saw it at Nova Cinema on Lygon Street.
And I saw that at home.
The cinema just across the street in Melbourne Central.
Cinema Nova in Carlton.
I think it was Doncaster Shopping Centre.
It's a pretty hard question. What a hard question. I really like Freddy Got Fingered, the Tom Green movie. It's a Hollywood movie. I don't have an Australian favourite film, but I think my favourite film that I'd watch over again is a Hollywood film. It's called Clerks.
The Castle.
I don't have one that's Australian produced, but my favourite movie in Hollywood would be 500 Days of Summer.
My favourite Australian movie, I can't think of any, but my favourite English movie is an independent movie called Weekend, which is really, really cool, and I suggest people watch it.
What's it called? Wake and Fright is a fantastic Australian movie, like a really, really good film, and I'd highly recommend watching that as well.
It's a very difficult question. I don't watch a lot of Australian films. It's not actually in us. I know. The Wake in Fright is a really incredible film. It's not actually made by an Australian, but it was made in Australia, and that's fantastic.
My favourite movie is probably A Knight's Tale, but I don't know if that was Australian. I don't think that was Australian. I think that was Hollywood.
I think it's called The Black Balloon. It is Hating Alison Ashley with Delta Goodrem.
The Proposition.
I'm not too sure about Australian movies, but I think my most recent favourite will have to be Inception.
Australian movie. Jesus Christ. I got no idea. I can't even think of an Australian movie right now.
Australian films. Don't know what's really Australian that I've watched recently. So I don't know that. But my favourite film would be Shelter.
100 Bloody Acres.
Be The Castle.
I'd probably have to say The Castle as well. I can't really think of many.
My favourite Australian film is probably Two Hands.
Is The Castle. Honestly, I'm not that familiar with much Australian cinema.
Would probably be The Black Balloon.
It's a tie between Chopper and The Castle.
The film called Takeaway.
The horror Wolf Creek, I'd say.
My favourite Australian film is Muriel's Wedding because it's sort of a classic and Toni Collette's really good in it.
When I was young, there was a film called The Big Steal, and had Claudia Carvan. I think she was about 18.
Look, there are others, and I feel very guilty that I don't know many, but Australian films, there's not that many really great Aussie films, I think. There are more that I should remember.